Hi guys. So, right, there's this thing, right? You all know about it that the Monday after Independence Day really isn't a Monday. Today's Monday. I know it seems like Tuesday, but it's not. It's Monday. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Um, so it's been fun. I had a really good week last week. I got some work done out in the yard. Um, I got some camping stuff done. I did a bunch of cooking and having fun, and I did a whole bunch of sewing. I made 10 new masks and a summer dress. I have made myself a summer dress with a matching mask because I can. Yeah. Okay. So writing, because Mondays are supposed to be about writing. So the cookbook is done and I'm going to be doing typesetting, but I have to wait until my typesetter is available. And at the moment, he's busy doing, the paid work that he does. So it won't be this weekend coming because he and I are going camping, but it will probably be the weekend after, or possibly during the week, depending on a variety of things. So we'll see what happens. Most of my family is away right now, camping, doing RV camping. They rented an RV at a gorgeous site up north. I don't know exactly where they are. To be honest, I don't know where they are, but I'm getting pictures and it's beautiful. There's a river right there and they've got a fire pit and, it's beautiful. And there are friends in the next RV over, so they can meet over the campfire with their masks on, but they're apart for the rest of the time. And I think that's kind of where we need to be right now. I know there are a lot of people who are having problems with the mask thing. And while I sympathize with some of the issues because I do have asthma and I do have massive allergies, both of which that impede my breathing. And I also have anxiety for which I'm medicated. So it's real anxiety. And so wearing things on my face can be distressing at times. I'm wearing a mask every single time. Why? Because I care about other people. And so when I have things come up, I do risk assessment. And actually, I was talking with my hubby about this morning. So you do risk assessment. When we talk to people who are anti-vax, not for reasons, because I have people who watch this that I know have medical reasons why they cannot get vaccinated or their children can't because of medical ailments. And this is not about you. This is about people who are like me, have no reason not to do it. Okay. And I say, well, what are the risks versus the good things? So the risks to vaccination are that you could develop an allergy, you could tolerate it badly. Some people believe that it causes autism, although when I weigh that risk against the positives, death versus autistic, I'd rather have my autistic kid things. But science tells us that thimerosal and other additives do not actually cause autism. But if that's your thing, it's a risk. You weigh it, right? Okay. And a couple of other minor things that can happen against death, massive injury, infecting of not just yourself, but other people, etc. So I weigh those pros versus cons and come up on I need to vaccinate my children because it's important, because they can be vaccinated, so that people like my friends who can't vaccinate their kids because they're intubated or because they're in hospital or because of any number of other things, my kids will help protect your kids. That's a whole herd immunity thing that we talk about. Masks are the same way. And so we should think about the pros versus the cons, right? So the pros are that when you wear a mask, you help your neighbors out and you have some small amount of help to yourself. And even if there is no scientific evidence, which there is, by the way, plenty of it. Johns Hopkins, Harvard Med, and Mayo have all put out studies about the efficacy of masks. But even if there weren't, making somebody else feel comfortable, that's a positive. Okay. What are the cons? You might sweat. You could be uncomfortable. Yeah, I got nothing else. So I'm going to look at people and say, do you really believe that minor discomfort and sweating are reasons why you should possibly inflict severe problems on other people? No. No. So, yes, we're all wearing masks around here, and I'm happily shaming people who don't. I don't go anywhere near people who aren't wearing masks out in public. I have no interest in being around those people. You're not taking care of yourself, and you're not taking care of the people that you love. If your be all and end all is yourself, and you can't think beyond that, then I'm probably not going to get along very well with you, because I'm a writer and a minister and a priestess and all of these things, and I volunteer. All of these things are helping professions because I'm a helper, because I like to think about other people, because, that's what you do. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Also, I'm a D&D player, so I can tell you that if I have a mask slot and it's going to give me a 2% protection, I'm going to be wearing it. And the only thing that's going to get it off is if I have something with better protection. So yeah, talk to people about your D&D stats. Fill that mask slot. It's worthwhile. It's good for you. It's good for everybody else too. Anyway, how does that relate to writing? I'm not going to be doing any live author stuff this summer because of the Rona. So I will be doing an online thing on Thursday. I think it's Thursday, the 6th of August. Sorry, I don't have all of my info up again, because, I'm just like totally spacing on stuff. I'm looking it up, honest. Thursday, the 6th of August. At 6:30 p.m. If you want to sign up, you can look on my author page. There's a sign up thing, and if you sign up for it, what happens is you'll get a link sent to you in email. They will not spam you or bother you with ads or any of that stuff. It's just so that they can get an accurate count on how many people expect to be going to it. So I'm hoping you'll come. There may be a short reading of the newest Alex book, maybe. You won't get to see the cookbook, but I will probably talk about what's in it and talk about cooking outdoors a little bit, because that's fun and everybody seems interested in it, and that's way cool. Once I come back from this camping trip this weekend, I'm going to be getting my medieval tents set up down at my camping area in my yard. I will be starting to do some cooking over top of the fire, and that will be hopefully put on video and edited so that it makes a 15 to 20 minute piece, which includes how to cook a dish. Some of them may be dishes from the cookbook. Some of them may be, this is what I got in my garden this week and what I got from my co-op share, so this is what we're cooking. But that in and of itself is a very medieval way of dealing with food. So keep that in mind when you're cooking. All of those really complex dishes were put together as a way of showing the ostentatious wealth of the upper class. And unless you're having a feast where the point is to show the ostentatiousness of the upper class, you don't need to do that. You can pick one dish that you want to do that's really beautiful, or really extravagant or contain some expensive ingredient, and then make the rest of it really simple stuff like cabbage and onions, sauteed carrots, boiled turnip. These things were all staples. And no matter what they say, I mean, you can go on about it, but kings and queens ate this stuff too, okay? They really did. State dinners are not afternoon lunches by yourself in the solar, okay? So please don't be ashamed by simple cooking. Simple cooking is the basis of everything. If you learn the simple cooking part, when it comes time to do the complex stuff, you'll have a good base for moving forward. One of the things that's in my cookbook is a basic learner's loaf of bread. And it's based on one from a book called By Bread Alone. And there's a notation about it in the bibliography because I owe a lot to that book because it taught me everything I know about baking. But if I've changed it significantly and almost mixed it with another recipe and made it very much my own. So I'm sharing it in the book. If you follow that, you can bake bread. Anybody can bake bread. I got to tell you, I had tried baking bread from recipes for 15 years before I got together with my hubby, and he handed me By Bread Alone and said, do that. And I did. And I ended up, even the very first time, it didn't rise as much as it should have, but I ended up with edible, delicious, toastable bread. And that was what started me on my baking journey. And I love baking bread. I have all different kinds of breads that I make. I make spelt bread. I've made rye bread. I haven't made pumpernickel yet, but I must be on camera. I do white bread. I do whole wheat, and I do blend. And some of them are very simple, and some of them take a really long time, but they're all awesome. And of course, the best thing about baking is that you have to practice, and you get to eat what you made. So, yeah. Anyway, my garden is like exploding with growth, and some of it is weeds, but I have carrots that are gorgeous. I have some beets. Not all of them came up. I'm disappointed, but there are a few that will be there, so I will have beets for Thanksgiving probably. My Napa cabbage is gorgeous. My turnips are coming up beautifully. My cucumbers are making their way, growing up. It's just, everything is looking so good, and I'm so excited about it and so happy. Anyway, write what makes your heart sing. And it doesn't matter if it's fiction, nonfiction, can be fantasy, right? Romance, write the mystery novel that you never read as a kid, but you've always wanted to, go out and write. And remember, a shit manuscript can be fixed, but having no words means there's nothing to fix. So go out and write words. It does not matter as long as you're willing to revise. But seriously, go and write. Whether you're writing poetry or whether you're writing manuals for somebody or whatever, it doesn't matter. Write. It feeds your soul and it lifts your heart. When you're doing that, everything seems a little bit better. So hold on there, guys. I don't know how much longer the COVID thing is going to be going on. It doesn't seem to have any end in sight. I'm planning on kind of being in this mode for the next several months. I'm lucky in that I can do that. I know not everybody can. So be safe out there because I don't want to lose any of you. Every word that you have to say to me is important, and I'm not willing to give any of you up. So please take care of each other. Wear your masks, wash your hands, and remember, try and keep more than 6 feet between people. Enjoy the outdoors, okay? Go camping, do outdoor things. You can do that. Even though we can't get together and be huggy, we can at least talk to each other over a campfire. Okay? Have a great summer, guys, and I'll check back in with you on Monday. Bye. Oh, don't forget to, wherever it is, subscribe. And don't, go and share the video.